Some people have tried to shame you for wanting to be a masculine man. After all, masculine men are dangerous because they don't just sit around, follow the rules blindly, the same rules that were designed to imprison them, to prevent them from tapping into their fullest potential, and from reclaiming the freedom that has been stolen from them ever since the day they took their first breath. The truth is, governments don't want masculine men. They want emasculated men who go to work and are good, obedient taxpayers. That's it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If you truly want to become free, maybe you want to get jacked, maybe you want to make so much money you'll never have to worry about it ever again. You want to provide and to protect the people that you love. Go on vacation whenever you want. Pick your own schedule. Find a loving, fulfilling relationship. If you want to be able to achieve all of that, you need to deprogram your brain from all the garbage society has put in it. Because your parents, your teachers, I'm sorry to break it to you, they have no clue how to do these things. If you look at most people, they're out of shape, they don't make any money, they're broke, and their relationships are horrible. I mean, the rate of divorce is at an all-time high. A few years ago, I listened to society. But do you want to know where it got me? I was broke, depressed, anxious, and I had horrible social skills. I hated my life. I was absolutely miserable. And one day I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I got so angry of not seeing what I was truly capable of achieving. So I decided to push myself out of my comfort zone every single day. And guess what happened? All the sacrifices, all the hard work, it paid off. And more than I ever thought possible. I've been able to build a strong and muscular physique I can be proud of. A lot of people have complimented me on it. At the gym, people ask me for advice every time. My confidence has gone through the roof completely. And with that, my social skills massively improved. And what's more, I'm running a profitable business in my early 20s. I'm not telling you any of this to brag, because I couldn't care less about it. I'm telling you this to show you what it's possible to achieve in just a few years of hard work and dedicated focus. You can truly climb out of hell and change your life just like I did. My goal with this video is to share with you 8 manly habits that you can use to fully tap into your masculine energy and reach your truest potential. Because in my opinion, there is nothing worse than lying on your deathbed and realizing you could have done so much more. You could have been so much more, but the only reason why you didn't, it's because you were afraid, because you were a coward. And instead of pushing past that fear, acting in spite of it, you decided to listen to it. You gave in to the voice in the back of your head that was telling you that you're not good enough, that you can't do it. The first manly habit that will change your life and allow you to truly reveal your masculine essence, it's to do the things that scare you every single day. If you want to know what got me out of hell a couple years ago, it's one thing and one thing only. I didn't give myself a choice. I knew that if I wanted to reach my goals, make my dreams come true, I had no other choice but to evolve into a better version of myself. And guess what? Naturally, that was going to come out of pain. Pain equals growth. It means you're pushing yourself. You're striving to be more. It's kind of like when you're stretching. It hurts. When you go to the gym, it hurts. When you work long hours on your business, it's difficult. You don't want to do it, but growth comes out of it. Growth never comes out of something that's easy. And so the best way I found to start signaling to my brain I was becoming a different version of myself, I was leveling up, was to do the things I was so damn afraid to do. Because let me tell you one thing, on the other side of fear is greatness. And more than that, there's every single thing you're dreaming of right now. Every single thing you've always wanted. The body of your dreams, the status, the money, the wealth, the relationship of your dreams. It's all on the other side of pain and of fear and of doubt. Even to this day, when I'm afraid to do something, no matter how small or big that thing is, I force myself to do it anyway. Because I know that what's on the other side of it will only help me to grow. And when you break down every fear that you have, you bust through barriers every single time, guess what is going to happen? Your confidence is going to significantly increase. Now you'll believe in yourself. You'll feel like the man. You know that whatever happens, whatever obstacle life decides to throw at you, no matter what, you know you can overcome it because you genuinely believe in yourself, in your ability to do the hard work, even when it's the last thing you'd rather do. I mean, you can't expect to achieve great things, to get a better life than 99% of people, and yet do exactly what they're doing, which is to stay safe and secure in your comfort zone and play video games, watch Netflix. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Your reality, your life, it's a reflection of who you are on the inside. If you expect your life to change, but you don't change yourself, you're gonna wait forever because your life will only ever change when you yourself change internally. And the truth is that 99% of the time, the things we're so afraid to do, when we overcome those fears, we realize it was nothing. We had no reason to be scared. Like, it's even pathetic sometimes. The brain is very good at coming up with all of the worst case scenarios possible. Because for your brain, reaching your goals doesn't matter. Your brain wants to go and have fun right now. That's why you feel like playing video games instead of working hard to build the business that will allow you to be free. Because it's easier for your brain. Your brain doesn't think long term. All your brain cares about is to help you to survive right now. And back then, the things that gave us dopamine, it wasn't video games, it wasn't Netflix, it wasn't sugar and junk food, it was eating actual real food, ingesting calories that would actually help us to survive, procreating, perpetuating the species. But nowadays, that system in our brain, which was supposed to help us to evolve, to move forward, it's been hijacked by all the instant gratification activities. So no wonder why most people don't achieve anything ever. Seneca said, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more often from imagination than from reality. superiority. The next masculine habit that will allow you to become more manly is to compete. You've been told you should only ever compare yourself to yourself. And while you should always look back at your previous self to see just how far you've come and to compare yourself to what you did yesterday, you should also compete with other people. Now I'll be honest, when people tell you, oh, you shouldn't compare yourself to others, just focus on you, there is a lot of truth to that advice actually, because everyone has a unique journey and different goals, different aspirations. Some people will naturally be gifted at something while others won't. And the truth is that being the absolute best from an objective perspective, it's not even an attainable goal for 99.9% of people. In fact, it's almost impossible to achieve no matter who you are, because you might be the greatest of all times right now, but one day you'll no longer exist. Someone else will take that spot. Someone else will do better. That is the laws of nature, constant evolution. And if you look around, you're always gonna find someone richer, smarter, taller, better, this and that. So in my opinion, for 99% of people, the pursuit of being the absolute best, it is ridiculous. And you especially don't want to fall for the trap of comparing yourself to other people on social media, because what you're gonna do is compare your average day, your average life, as raw as it is, to most people's highlights. You're going to look and compare your life to 1% of the life that the top 1% is living. So of course you're depressed, of course you hate yourself when all you see is people in private jets with supermodels, when you see perfect bodies all day long on Instagram. Of course you hate the way that you look, but look around you. Most people are out of shape, most people are overweight, even obese. And on social media, you only see what people want to show you. You never see the behind the scenes. Sometimes you'd be honestly surprised to see what actually goes on behind the scenes. Like if you take a look at my Instagram, I only post pictures of the nice stuff, because that's the thing that people want to see. You're never gonna find myself posting a picture of myself taking a crap. No one cares. But let's say you're at the gym, you see a guy lifting more weight than you, or you're in business and you see a guy making more money than you. Use that as fuel. It's fine if you're jealous. It's fine if you feel envy. That is your competitive instinct. You can't suppress it. It's natural, and especially as a man. And that's why no matter how hard you try, if you follow this positive thinking advice that tells you not to compare yourself to other people, you're never gonna actually be able to do that. Because to some degree, you'll always be comparing yourself to others. But instead of letting it crush you, let it inspire you to do better, to make more money, to be fitter, to achieve more. The next habit you need to start doing right now, if you want to become a more manly man, it's to lift weights. There's just something about lifting weights, lifting heavy stuff, building muscle, becoming stronger, that other sports and other forms of cardio like running, being on the elliptical, on the rowing machine, just doesn't bring. What I've personally found is that cardio is great when you want to sweat a lot, burn a lot of calories, when you want to get your mind off of something, or on the opposite, you want to focus on one specific thing, like a problem, a topic, and think about it for like an hour. But lifting weights boosts your confidence so much. When you look better, you feel better, you get stronger, you build more muscle, people respect you more, and you respect yourself more. You look at yourself in the mirror, you no longer hate yourself, you like what you see. Sometimes I look at myself, I can't even believe it. I'm proud of myself. I've had lots of people at the gym complimenting me, telling me I'm strong, asking me for advice, like men and women from all ages. And when you lift heavy stuff, it makes you feel strong. It makes you feel like you're the man. And it's proven to boost your testosterone levels. The more muscle you have on your frame, and the less body fat you have, the higher your natural testosterone levels. And the opposite is also true. The more fat you carry on your body, the higher your estrogen levels, which is the feminine sexual hormone. So for a man, you don't want to have high estrogen levels. And the boost in confidence that you get from lifting weights is also significant. And what this is also going to do is to improve your social skills dramatically. Every single person I've met that has terrible social skills, it's always because of the same thing. It's always because they hate themselves. They're profoundly dissatisfied with who they are and what they've achieved. Because oftentimes those people, they haven't really achieved anything. They've got nothing to show for. So they're not proud of themselves. No wonder why you're not confident when you say you're gonna get up at 5 a.m., go to the gym, and then you never do it. Then you always fall back asleep. Now you know you can't even trust yourself. So how will you be confident? How will you be able to look at someone in the eyes, especially someone that you're into? You won't. That's the truth. You can only truly be confident in yourself when you know you're not a coward. When you know that when things get tough, you'll stick with it no matter what. You'll overcome all the obstacles on your path. So confidence is earned, not given. The next habit on our list is fighting. Honestly, life is a big fight. Successful people get kicked in the face 10,000 times. Yet somehow, they still find the strength to get back up and to get back in the fight. If you want to be a successful businessman, let's say, it's gonna be a war, a tough fight. People are not throwing punches and kicking others, but it's the same thing essentially. Business is cutthroat. It's a battlefield. And that's why getting into a martial art or starting to fight, boxing, it's probably one of the best things that you can do to become more masculine. When you're in the ring, someone is kicking you, throwing punches at you. You need to fight the hell back. You need to go all out. If you're shy, if you're a bit of a coward, you try to hide, you're gonna get destroyed. And for your body, it's gonna be a matter of life or death because it's an imminent threat in front of you. So it teaches you to fight back, to persevere, even when you feel a lot of pain. Because get used to it. Life is gonna knock you down a lot of times, more than you can imagine in fact. Now the next thing you absolutely need to focus on if you want to truly be a masculine man is your diet. I see a lot of people focusing on calories, but not every single calorie is equal. The most important thing, it's not how many calories is in that specific food, it's the quality of that food that matters the most. Because not every macronutrient is absorbed the same way by your body. To give you an example, your body is gonna burn more calories when you ingest proteins, because for your body, it requires more energy to be broken down into to actual energy that it can utilize compared to fats and carbohydrates. When you eat foods like soy, like pizza, like pastries, cheap junk food, how do you expect your body to be able to perform at its best if that's the kind of things that you eat for lunch? Pizzas, burgers, and then you seriously expect you're gonna have a productive afternoon. You're kidding yourself. You're gonna be in a food coma until the evening, and at the end of the day you'll realize you've done nothing. Another day has passed you by and you've accomplished nothing. You're not any closer to getting what you want out of life. A lot of people understand that if they put the wrong fuel in their car, it's gonna be a disaster. They'll need to call breakdown cover. But a lot of people don't realize that their body is a vehicle just as well, so they fuel it with the wrong foods, and then they seriously wonder why they're always tired, always lethargic, why they can't get anything done, and why they can't focus for more than 10 minutes straight. So just like if you put the wrong fuel in your car, you're only gonna damage it. The same thing happens to your body. Like all over the world nowadays, we have normalized eating only sugar for breakfast. Like what do most parents across the globe feed their kids first thing in the morning? Sugary cereals that claim to be healthy and full of vitamins, but it's all marketing garbage. What else? Pastries, chocolate spread on bread. What a great way to start the day. With 200 grams of sugar in your blood. All it's gonna do is spike up your insulin levels, and then a few hours after, they're gonna come crashing back down, and you'll feel hungry, tired, you'll want to eat something sweet. Now the next habit that will allow you to seriously tap into your masculine energy is to cultivate the mindset of a winner. The more you win, the easier it becomes to win. That's what we call the winner effect. The reason why the people who fail keep failing again and again, it's because every little failure actually destroys their self-image. So now they believe in themselves less and less. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of hell. And before they know it, they can't even get out of bed because they're so miserable, because they hate themselves so much. But the more you win, the more you achieve, the more you trust yourself to achieve more in the future. And that's why you want to start doing good habits every single day. If you say I'm gonna get up at 6 a.m., go to the gym. If you do it, you won. So now it becomes even easier to keep winning throughout the rest of the day. And if you win the day, you win the next one. If you win the next day, you win the week, you win the month. You get my point. Because if there is one thing that you need to understand, is that your self-image will determine what kind of life you get to live, what you get to experience, and what you don't get to experience. So if you see yourself as a specific type of person, you'll become exactly that. If you see yourself as an undisciplined loser who can't get anything done, you'll become exactly that. And until you change the story that you tell yourself every day, nothing in your life will ever change. You'll try to make progress as hard as you can, but you'll always go right back to square one. That's the sad truth. Now you can't call yourself a masculine man if you're always watching porn and fapping excessively. The simple truth is that porn and excessive masturbation give you dopamine that you didn't have to do anything to earn. So for that reason, it kills your motivation to do anything difficult. And guess what? Those are typically the activities that you'll need to do to reach your goals, like going to the gym, like focusing on working on your business, doing deep work, going and talking to a stranger, improving your social skills. Porn, excessive sexual stimulation gives you far more dopamine than any other types of instant gratification, like junk food, like TV, like video games, or even social media. Even some drugs actually. The reason why is because procreation is at the center of life. So it's nature's way of making sure we'll keep doing it to perpetuate the species indefinitely. So when you waste the most precious energy source that you have in your body on pixels on a screen, watching other guys doing the thing instead of doing it yourself, you're not only cuckolding yourself, but after that, tell me, are you gonna go eat an intense workout session at the gym, hit PRs, lift heavy stuff? Or are you gonna go sit down at your desk, do deep work to build a business that will allow you to be free? Of course you won't. All you feel like doing is watching Netflix, browsing social media, eating a pizza. So you trick your brain into thinking you've achieved everything there is to achieve. You've won at the game of life because you'll get to pass on your genes. So now you can relax, your job is done. When in reality that couldn't be further from the truth. Your body and brain are incapable of telling the difference between something that happens in your imagination and something that happens in the real world. Back then, when we were living in tribes, if you were weak, if you didn't try to get better, if you didn't fight, you wouldn't get access to procreation. So you wouldn't get to pass on your genes. So you were forced to either level up, become stronger, or die without ever passing on your genes to the next generation. Not to mention that porn, excessive sexual stimulation destroys your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and your social skills. Because now you hate yourself, so you can't even look at people in the eyes. You can't even go and talk to someone that you're into because you're too afraid. Now finally, to truly become a manly man, you need to become better social skills. If you met me a few years ago and you met me today, you'd assume I'm a completely different person. Back then I had terrible social skills because the truth is that I hated myself profoundly. Now I'm not gonna give you BS advice and tell you that you need to go out and talk to strangers in the street, ask people for the numbers, because the truth is that when you have real social anxiety, you can't even leave your own house. That's how bad it is. So let alone speak to a stranger in the street. And when you go talk to someone in the street, they're not receptive to having a conversation. They might think that you might try to steal something from them, that you're harassing them. Maybe they've got an appointment they need to go to. They're in a rush. The first step to building better social skills is improving your self-esteem and your level of confidence. And the way that you do that is by improving yourself and improving every aspect of your life. By working on your health and fitness. By working on your finances, on your career. Start sticking to the promises that you make to yourself. If you say you're gonna get up early, go to the gym, do it. Prove to yourself that you can achieve things, and you will see your level of confidence rise significantly. You'll start to be proud of yourself. And after that, when you're satisfied with who you are as a person, it will be, trust me, 1,000 times easier to go talk to other people. Now, once you've successfully improved yourself and gained more confidence, now you can start to speak to other people. You want to seek out as many opportunities as possible to speak to others. In my opinion, the gym is the easiest place to do that. You can simply ask someone if they're done using their equipment. And then whenever you go out, let's say you go to the restaurant, talk to the waiter, throw a joke, order for the other person. Just like in the gym, you want to do progressive overload, meaning you want to lift more and more weight over the course of months to get stronger. With social skills, it's the same. You'll need to speak to people more and more over time. And that's how, over the course of a year, you can completely destroy any kind of social anxiety. But you need to take it one step at a time. With that said, if you would like to join a community of highly dedicated men, of highly ambitious entrepreneurs who work for a better life, my team and I have created the Fastlane Club. But it's not just a community. When you join, you also get access to many courses on productivity and ways to make money online so that you can get started today and make your first dollars online. The goal of the Fastlane Club is to help you build the kind of life you've always dreamed of and to network with other similar people. It's the second link in the description below if you'd like to learn more about it. Now keep in mind, spots are limited and we don't accept just anyone. With that said, if you apply these 8 habits in your life starting today, the quality of your life will only get better. I have no doubt about it.